Hi everyone, welcome back to Tamara Knows History, where we talk about all things macabre, weird, and mysterious. So, first of all, I love the shadow because it's kind of greenish and fits today's topic. And this was actually this. I love it since I love kind of putting green on my already green eyes. Look at it, amazing. But let's get into a serious topic. So today's topic will be the Radium Girls. This topic actually immensely pisses me off because these were young women whose glowing work actually turned deadly. So, in the 1910s and 1920s, radium was considered a miracle substance. You can find it in medicine, you can find it in cosmetics, and most famously to paint the luminous watch dials, the ones that you can see in the dark, and you can still find them today. Hundreds of young women were actually hired in factories across the United States to paint these dials with radium paint. What is wrong here is that they were told that the job was safe, even healthy. So supervisors encouraged them to lip point their brushes, like sharpening the bristles with their lips to make them kind of fine. And each stroke meant swallowing a tiny amount of radium. At first, everything, seemed like magical. The women's clothes and hair glowed in the dark. They even laughed about it, and they were called about it and called themselves the Shining Girls, unaware that this substance was actually eating them alive. Radium, once inside the body, mimics calcium, lodging in the bones, irradiating tissue, and slowly just destroying it within. So within years, the women began to suffer. Teeth fell out, jaws rotted, bones fractured without cause. Some developed anemia, sarcomas, and necrosis that was so severe that even surgeons described their bones as crumbling like chalk. So the factories, of course, denied their responsibility, insisting that the women were sick from other causes. But the truth was undeniable. The radium was poisoning them. So, despite their suffering, the Radium Girls did fight back. In New Jersey and Illinois, they sued the companies, demanding justice. Their cases became actually a landmark of battles for workers' rights and occupational safety. Though many died before seeing the results of this, their courage forced industries to recognize the dangers of radiation and protect workers from toxic exposures. But we also see it sometimes today that companies just look after money, to be honest. By the 1930s, the tragedy of the Radium Girls had changed science and the labor law. Safety standards for radiation were established, and their story became a symbol of resilience against corporate negligence. So, their suffering remains one of history's most macabre industrial tales. Young women glowing in the dark, unaware that their light was actually consuming and killing them. So, when we talk about macabre history, the Radium Girls remind us that literally sometimes the deadliest poison is hidden behind the, how can I say, brightest glow.